Are you gonna keep moving forward? Or are you gonna let the pain keep going? The way forward, you know the vibes, but just know that don't let the hurt let you down. Don't let letting go feel so hard, and don't let the tension that used to keep feeling you. Sometimes you never know when things go away. You can feel so much better. Let's get back to the page. We're on page 36 today. The old hurt sometimes burns as it leaves your being. Letting go can feel like an illness that leaves you shaking without fully knocking you down. Tension that was once deep inside finally feels space to rise to the surface so that it can evaporate and no longer weigh on your mind. So as we're talking about today, we're talking about how when you release the pain that you like, it could hurt. Like, it could hurt like a bruise. It could hurt like you just, you know what I'm saying, got a new scar, you know, whatever the case may be, how you hurt yourself. It could still leave something on your body so much. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Like, but as it leaves, you know, and then it gets to the next part, it's like, we're trying to let go. And it's like when you get sick and you're trying to get better and your immune system's like, it's taking a while for your medicine to kick in. It's taking a while for you to get better. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you feel shaken. You know, it's going to feel like how you get sick. It's still going to feel like, you know what I'm saying? You still feel weird, you know? You don't feel healthy. And it's going to be like that without you fully being like knocked down. And what it's saying is like, yo, that hurt that you still feeling, it's going to burn. But while you were letting go, that illness, it's going to be shaking a little bit. It's going to leave you like, am I doing this right? Am I right? Am I not? Like, what's going on, you know? Like, wait a minute. Like, am I doing this right? You know? And then that, lastly, the tension that was once deep inside, when it finally, like, deep inside of your heart, when you finally rise that up, and it's like, look, how the shot you go, when you shoot a 3, it goes away. You know what I'm saying? It could vanish outside of your mind because you released it finally. It wasn't wearing you down. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, your body, you know, bearing you down, wearing you down. Now you let it out. Your body feels a bit better. You feel more like your body feels good. Your mind, it's not your mind's having headaches. Your mind's, it's like we just got rid of the best thing in our lives, you know? And that's what it's really saying. Like, yo, when you finally let go whatever it is that you dealt with in the past, that it was burning, you know, letting go of it was shaking you like you was sick. And that tension you deep inside of your heart, like down in the deeps, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get better. You know what I'm saying? You get better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this page 36 is talking about. Now, page 37. Listen what I'm about to say. It's a lot of words, you know what I'm saying? I could be out reading sometimes. Let's get it. Page 37. When the mind is turbulent, it becomes easy to drop logic and sensibility thinking. Your anxiety and stress can create elaborate fixtures in your mind. A strong emotion can attach itself to any little piece of information, blow out story around it. Your mind is quick to rely on imagination to keep the heavy reaction going. Fear and manifestations push us to overanalyze and place us in unhealthy mental loops that increase our tension. This is common in all human beings. This pattern reinforced by our need to evade potential dangers. But if it goes unchecked, it can bury the mind and create behavioral complex that makes life more difficult. Recognize what it feels like when you're out of balance can help you cut the loop. Awareness is the light that helps break unconscious habit patterns similar to training the mind to become comfortable in the present moment. Will help you have the strength to pull yourself out of imaginary negativity. You must get comfortable with turning your attention inward. You want to start living in a new way. When you become familiar with your own ups and downs, it'll become easier to see when you are causing your own self-misery. Now look, whew, that's a lot of big words, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's break down each paragraph. The first paragraph of the saying is, when you're like, if you know what turbulent means, it means like chaos. Like, it's so easy when your mind, like, it's easy when that stress and anxiety it's happening, because it can mess your flow up. It can mess your flow state. It can mess your deep work focus. It can mess up your concentration. It can mess up your good habits. It can mess up the whole day, right? So it's like, if you have any attachment towards it with something that's a strong feeling, right? What it's saying is, it's saying it's gonna mess you up. It's gonna create this fiction of a story that is so crazy, local. It's like, wait a minute, something ain't right about that. You know, like, something ain't right about that. And that's when the mind is going quick to reply. It's like, yo, we gotta reply to this. This story is crazy, man. Hold on, we got to reply. Your mind's like looking at you like, yo, I'm the center of the beast. Yo, why are we not reacting to this story, right? And it's trying to get you to react. And that's what happens, right? And that's what the first paragraph is basically telling us. It's like telling us, like, yo, when our mind is not locked in, or like when your mind is turbulent, it's easy for your logic, your senses, your focus, your concentration to go away, and the stress and anxiety to come in. One's going this way, the other's coming that way. You feel me? And that's what it's saying. You feel me? That's when you get the local stuff coming. That's when you get the feelings coming, the attachment and all that. Now you're messed up. That's the first paragraph talking about, right? The second paragraph, we're talking about, like, basically the fear and the motivations can mess you up. That's pretty much that. It's like, you're going to have unhealthy mental loops. It's going to mess you up. It's going to mess your flow. It's going to mess you up, kangaroo. Because that fear, you already know how fear is. It's going to make us uncomfortable. Make us get to our comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? But what this is saying is, you're going to be in this comfort zone. You're going to be in the uncomfortable of the healthy loops. And it's going to literally, like, you're going to, like, protect yourself. Anything that you see that has a chance to be dangerous. And that's what it is, being your comfort zone. You feel me? And that's what it's going to, you know, it's going to make hard it's going to make you so different. That's why your behavior going to be different. It's going to make your life hard. That's the second paragraph talking. The third paragraph, and it's like, being aware is your key. And that's what it's saying. It's saying you have to understand when you're not in your flow, when you off loop, not in your path. You, like, you know, you got your path and you went right when you reality was just supposed to go straight. And that's what sometimes life gonna be, right? But when you can understand it, then you can look at it. Whoa, I went the wrong direction. I'm supposed to go straight. Get out that right. Pull back to the left. Then pull a right and go back straight. You back on your path. And that's what it is. It's saying awareness is your key. It's gonna break. It's gonna break everything. All those patterns, all that comfort zone, all that fear. Man, when you're aware, then you're gonna realize, oh, I see what's going on. Then you could accept it. Then you can see how to break it. Then you could get through it and be like, yo, this is what I was supposed to do. We're gonna stop doing this. We're gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm gonna do that. And that's what it simply is trying to understand at this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when you could start living a different vibe. You're gonna become a evolved version where you aware of what's going on. You're doing the same thing and you feel like it's healthy, but you know, and deep down your intuition is like, this is not right. This don't make no sense. Like, ain't no way, boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? We were just doing good. Why are we back on this track? You know what I'm saying? Why are we up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning not sleeping? Why are we not eating our food until late? Why are we not drinking a lot of water during the day? Why are we not taking our medicine when we're sick? Why are we not, you know what I'm saying, meditating, all that, journaling? You know what I'm saying? Why are we not doing our mental wins, our physical wins, our spiritual wins? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? And then that's when he's like, you could get back on track. Like, yo, we were messing up. It's time to stop doing this. It's time to stop doing this and get back on track. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you can see when you're getting down or when you're going down and you get knocked down. And as the song said, sometimes love comes around and you get knocked. I think it said you could get knocked up or get knocked down, and then you get back up. You know that song? Come on, gang. If you know, you know. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't think I said the lyrics right. But what this chapter page is really trying to say is like, sometimes your mind's gonna be everywhere. But when you're aware, that's when you're able to see what's going on, cut it off, clear it, and get back to where you on your path and all the habits you were supposed to do, and get rid of the bad ones and get out of your comfort zone and do what you're supposed to do. That's what we're trying to basically say, you know what I'm saying? That's what page 37 trying to say. Page 38. Ooh. Page 38. Oh, hold on. So you cook it and it's everybody, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, like I read this book before, but reading it again, it's so great, and talking about it is so amazing. But let's get to it. Page 38. You need to do more than eat nourishing food, exercise, and rest to feel your best. You also need to be good at hold on. You need to do more than eat nurturing food, exercise, and rest to feel your best. You also need to be around good people, spend time healing your emotional history, live in alignment with your values, say no to people pleasing, stay open to growth, and deeply embrace change. That's 6 things they just said. Those are the 6 things you need to understand. I'm gonna break it down. Let's read it again. You need to be around good people, spend time healing your emotional history, live in line with your values, say no to people pleasing, stay open to growth, and deeply embrace change. That's 6 things. Get that in your book. Get that. Write that down. Get a note on your phone. Get it down. Because eating, exercise, and rest is important. But when you're around good people, life is good. Meaning, like, you know, the old thing is, if there's 5 idiots, you're around 5 idiots, you're gonna be the 6th idiot. You're around 5 millions, you're gonna be the 6 million. You're around 5 YouTubers, you're gonna be the 6th YouTuber. If you're around 5 business partners that are doing well, you're gonna be the 6th business partner. If you're around bad people, you're gonna be the next bad influence because of what they're doing. So you need to make sure you're around good people that are benefiting you, having good energy, and you are getting better with that, man. Like, I have amazing friends that me and we could have deep conversations. We could talk about life, like, and it's because not only they change and grow, but also I change and grow. Because we had to in certain situations, we had to get better, and we know, sometimes you have to step up and grow up. But it's more of understanding that good energy is gonna have better results. Bad energy is gonna have more consequence and bad effects to you and the people around you. So make sure if you're not around good people and it feels wrong, or you've been doing things and you know it's clearly wrong, look at what you're doing. Look, if you're drinking, well, like, no offense, if you're drinking lean, drinking alcohol, or you're at the clubs all the time, and you think this is the vibes, but you're not productive during the day, you're not doing things to get better, then it's like, what's the purpose of we doing, eh? What the purpose of we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? What are we doing with our life? What are we doing with our life? You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to get better. You're not trying to do what you need to do. So you're just trying to belittle yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're just trying to think this is fine. And that's nonsense sometimes when you know you're not doing right. Your body knows. And I'll say this, when random tears come out, when your body give you signs, and there's videos of it, your body could give you signs and telling you this is not right. When you get random tears sometimes, I'm letting you know, that's a great sign of telling you, like, what I'm doing right now is not great. When you have a gut feeling telling you, like, I'm doing what I'm doing well, but why I feel like I could do more? Like, why I feel like I could do more than what I'm doing right now? You know what I'm saying? So, understand that's a 1 out of the 6 is important. Spending time healing your emotional history. So there's gonna be times where you need to maybe have to go to therapy to heal from things. Meditation can heal. You know, being in good places with good energy can heal. And just understanding your history. Understand having boundaries is very important for that. So you don't let anything that get you into that emotions. You know, you don't let nothing trigger you. My mom always told me this, and I'm gonna tell you this: never let anyone take your happiness. Meaning, no matter what they do, even if it's your loved ones, even your wife, kids, whatever the case, don't let them ruin your day. You know, they might have a bad day. You know, maybe they got mad about someone else, and they're not mad at you specifically. They just, you know, as we were talking about before, they just put it in on you and not understand they need to take responsibility of themselves, whatever it is. And they just like to release whatever they're feeling on you, and you think you need to react back. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, hey, can we talk about this later? It feels like I don't know what's going on. Can we talk about this? Give it a minute, 5-10 minutes, come back. Or hey, when you're in a good mood, we can talk about it. It don't feel right and I don't like it. You're hitting my boundary. Can we talk about this later, please? Because I feel like you're gonna trigger me and I'm gonna say words I don't want to say. You gotta let people know that. Some people gonna learn the hard way, but you gotta communicate that. Sometimes you have to have communication. Communication is the key for all relationships. But that's what I'm telling you. Make sure you have boundaries. Make sure you communicate about them so people don't just go at you without knowing your boundaries. That's 2 out of the 6. 3 out of the 6. Live in alignment with your values. Your values, write them down. What are your core values? What is important in your life? Write them down, but make sure you're aligned with them. If you're not aligned with them, what's the purpose of talking about this is my value, but you're not aligned with it in reality, you know? If you say, never give up on my dreams, but you give up in your dreams, what are you talking about? You respect people, but you don't respect when, you know, you're having a bad day. You have to align with your values. You have to stick to your core values. Don't just switch up because you're having a bad moment. You're having you know what I'm saying? Things not going well for you. You know what I'm saying? You want to switch it up. Stick to them. Because they're going to be very important in your whole life, not just for yourself, for other people around you. That's 3 out of 6. We're 50% right now. Say no to people pleasing. You do not need to please anyone to be in your life. You don't need to do something to get them to love you. You don't need to buy your friend something on a wedding if you don't want to. But if you want to, like, hey, give them, you know, just do it and do it. If you want to give someone a gift, do it for your kindness. Don't do it just because you want to, you know what I'm saying? You know. Now, if you don't have the money for it in the moment, or you want to give them later on in their life after, or like a few weeks later, you know, you get paid, don't go do that. Give them a small gift. Get them a thoughtful gift. Don't get them something crazy expensive. If you want to, you know, give you one of your friends that y'all had a good relationship, or you want to give something just because, you know, they're waiting, or the case of an anniversary, whatever it is for someone, then do it. You know what I'm saying? But understand this. Stop trying to piece people to have it in your life. Don't do something that in reality you don't need to do to have them in your life. People are going to stick by you when you be yourself. You don't need to do that. So don't even think about, I need them in my life. No, you don't. If you're doing more for them to be friends, cut them off and leave them. I had a lot of girls that I just want to be friends. Like, you know, started off like, hey, let's be friends. And a few months later, you know, they might go through things that they don't want to communicate. But when it gets to the point where it's like, it feels one-sided, it's like, I'm not going to please you to be in my life. I'm not going to please you to, you know, you want to be with me, you know. If I, you know, shoot my shot at someone and they don't see the shot, and disrespect it, or they don't want to follow me, whatever the case may be, leave it alone, bro. Just leave it alone. Just move on in life. Because you tried. You did your effort. You got out of your comfort zone, you did it. They didn't want to, you know, stick with it. That's on them. You know, pray for them, wish the best for them, and move on in life. Don't stick with people when they don't want to be with you. Don't stick with people when, you know, they don't align with your values. You know, don't stick, you know, like, there's a lot of things you got to understand about that, man. Never in your life trying to get people to stay with you by buying them gifts, by doing everything so they can stick by you. It's not worth it. You doing effort to have a friend, doing something, someone to stick by you. It's not never gonna work out, man. And that's the facts. That's the truth. Come on, gang. And that's 4 out of 6. The last 2, I'm gonna hit it. We can hit it together and finish it up. Stay open to growth and deeply embrace change. Stay open to growth and deeply embrace change. Those go back to back. They should have been that should have been 5. That should have been together. That should have been not 6. Should have been 5 and 6 should have been together. Because you gotta think about it. Growth and change are like besties. That's like Shaq and Kobe. Dropping 3 chips in your head, back to back to back. You can't have growth without you want to change. That's the truth. You can't grow without change. That's just the truth, right? So when you open to growth, then that's when you have to deeply embrace the change of it. Because when you change, that's when you personally grow. When you let go of things, that's when you personally grow. When you get rid of your attachments, that's when you grow. When you understand your boundaries, that's when you grow. When you communicate, when you don't react to people saying something, that's growth. When you used to do something that you don't do no more, that's growth. But to do that, you have to accept it. You have to change. Not everything you need to change about yourself, but certain things you know you need to change so you can be a better version in this world, but a better version that is needed, but a better version that you know that it's needed. Don't change everything about yourself. Change the things that you know, okay, maybe I need to stop doing this, maybe I need to stop doing that, maybe this and that. Write down your pros and cons about yourself and write all the pros, write all the cons. If you don't know cons, ask your friends that know you close, ask your family. They'll give you some cons. Then break it down. Get rid of all those cons. Figure out how you can make some of those cons to pros. That's how you could get better in life, man. Come on, man. You want to change? Let go. You want to change? Analyze yourself. Figure out what you can do better in life. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn how to save money? Learn how to budget. Go on YouTube. We have the internet. You have sources. You have no excuses to change. But if you don't want to change, you don't have to change. That's your choice at the end of the day, man. That is your choice, not my choice. I'm here to change. I'm here to read books with y'all, but also learn the advice. Y'all don't even know. I might go back to some videos like, okay, I was speaking some truth on this. You know what I'm saying? I might go a video where I'll talk about a red flag. You know what I'm saying? I'm using this to help your growth, and I'm using this for my own growth. The best way for growth is teaching. And people don't understand that. Teachers are the best teachers. Professors are the best. Mentors are the best. Role models are the best. Because they teach us how to get better and how to learn from mistakes. But they have experience to help us to do the right thing and not do the wrong thing. And learn how to do better. Learn how to limit ourselves. So all I say is this. You want to change? Find a mentor. You want to change? Find a role model, whatever, to look up to. And look what they do and see what you could do and not. If it's for the gym, you're trying to start working out. If it's for music, sports, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Figure that out. Because you can. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, go crazy on it today. But, hey, man, when they say growth and change, you know, that Shaq and Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Come on, gang. You know what I'm saying? You know, gang. But look, that's it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be back again. Back to back to back. You know, we got to go 3-piece on this. But look, stay safe. Enjoy yourself. Have a great day. Hasta luego. Wait, no, I messed it up. Adios, amigos. And hasta luego.